3, pressing you live by the champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a body slam. Choke slam, hit you raw, this is wrestling with Savage. Back down, hold the title, this is wrestling with Savage. The epitome of grappling them, scrapping them toe to toe. We ride or die, my kingdom's with me, legendary up in my road. Tearing limbs up on my pole, the ankle lock grip is accurate. Greek God in the flesh, every move is immaculate.
Savage kingdom, march on bones. Savage kingdom, fight, we reign. Savage kingdom, march on bones. Savage kingdom, fight, we reign.
I be the king of the ring, the mightiest force to be reckoned with. The unstoppable, immovable manager, cause an exodus of other voices making money choices and wins. PG era is dead, the savage era begins. Red and green, 1, 2, 3, pressing you live by the champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a body slam. Choke slam, hit you raw, this is wrestling with Savage. Back down, hold the title, this is wrestling with Savage. The real boss of all bosses, pile drivers, hip tosses. We holding multiple titles while you keep stacking up losses. Roster talent that flosses, y'all can't even present a match. I'm Minotaur in his army, breaking backs upon the mats.
Savage kingdom, march on bones. Savage kingdom, fight, we reign. Savage kingdom, march on bones.
Crowbar on October 19th at Battle in the Borough. You get a chance to step in the ring with the biggest star in professional wrestling today, a technical powerhouse filled with suplexes and submissions, and Savage knows what a megastar looks like. Savage understands what is needed to take a star like Spencer Slade to the absolute top and have his face plastered around billboards across the world, because he is a megastar, unlike you, who is a washed-up, has-been WCW legend. And guess what? You talk about being timeless, Crowbar. Well, on October 19th, in front of your friends and in front of your family, your time is up, bitch.
Well, I was supposed to do the intro, but it seems as though you guys already got an intro with that promo right there. But yes, indeed, the main event of Battle in the Borough next month, October 19th, 2024, will indeed be the technical powerhouse from the NWA, Spencer Slade, versus the timeless Crowbar for the Savage Heavyweight Championship, the first wrestling show in the Elmwood Park Rec Center in over 5+ years. And in case y'all haven't realized it, ladies and gentlemen, I am the one and only DJ Storms, and this is episode number 12. We're hitting the one dozen episodes of the Savage Storm Wrestling Super Show right here, streaming live across Facebook and YouTube and Rumble. And I am one half of the equation here. I am DJ motherfucking Storms. And if you guys are enjoying what you're seeing right now, Savage will be in just a little bit. You can follow me on social media at History Maker DJS. One more time, that is at History Maker DJS, both on X and Instagram. You can also add me on my personal Facebook as well. For collaborations and business inquiries, please send me an email. My email is, of course, stormstakeover@gmail.com. You can also like the official DJ Storms business page, and I may just send you an invite to join the official DJ Storms Posse group on Facebook, that is. You can also add me on Rumble. We're live on Rumble right now. You can also donate to me via Venmo. My Venmo is at DJ Storms, or Cash App, the DJ Storms. You can get your tickets right now for Battle in the Borough to see Spencer Slade versus Crowbar for the Savage Heavyweight Championship right now. Tickets, $25 at the door. You can DM me, serious inquiries only, or you could call the number right over there. It is 201-507-2577. In addition to that, please make sure you like the stream no matter where you're watching it from. Be sure that you hit the like button and share the stream out on all platforms of social media, whether it be X or Instagram or Facebook or TikTok or Twitch or Rumble or Pinterest or Tumblr or Kick, whatever social media platforms that you may be using. And Savage finally decided to fucking join. How are you son of a bitch?
Are you done putting yourself over, you greedy son of a bitch booker bastard? Yeah. I mean, you're all the same, all of you bookers. You don't care about the talent. You just want to make money.
You done? You done ranting?
If you cared about the talent, you wouldn't be putting Crowbar's life on the line against Spencer Slade, man.
Let's see what Slade can do. He's a 30-year veteran.
I'm telling you what Slade can do. You're looking at the greatest manager in the business, and when I look at talent, I know what they are, I know who they are, and I know where they're going. And Spencer Slade is going right through anyone that gets in his way, including Crowbar. That's what I know.
Really? Well, there is an old saying out there, and it's actions speak louder than words. Let's see what actions Slade can do to back up those strong words, Mr. Greek Savage.
Speaking of action, you can always see action on TNA, which is live right now, and we have a way that you can watch it. You know, you can either get your news right here. We'll update you through the 2 hours while we also give you everything that's WWE, AEW, NXT, better than anybody can, better than anyone can. Anyone can. And when I say anyone, that's exactly what it means. Anyone. So go ahead and post and tweet like all you little people do, because that's all you know how to do is talk shit. But me and Storms, we don't just talk about it, we actually do it. And we do it live here every single Thursday night at 8 p.m. on the Savage Storm Super Wrestling Show, where we bring you everything that's pro wrestling in under 2 hours and some extra spicy stuff sometimes too.
Of course. So tonight on TNA, the System is kicking off the show. The System got back on track at Emergence, securing a controversial win over the Hardys. Joe Hendry and Mike Santana, but when has the System ever played fair? This week, they're going to kick off TNA. What are they going to have to say? Do you care about what they have to say, Storms? Does the System have your interest? I'm not going to lie. I do respect every single one of the individuals pictured right down here. I really do. I really do hope that TNA does get themselves perhaps a live TV deal, because the System definitely deserve to be in a bigger position, especially on TV. And I'm genuinely hoping that we see something of substance going forward with guys like a Moose and guys like Brian Myers and Eddie Edwards. But I do have a bold prediction when it comes to Moose. And I said this back when I was talking about NXT No Mercy this past Monday. And I said that Moose may very well be the one to take down Obafemi for the North American Championship. You can clip that.
Not a bad call. What's going on, Elliot, and everyone in the chat, everybody in the Savage Kingdom, everybody in the posse? Right now, Brian Myers talking a lot of trash. My question to you about the System is this. Who would you say is the MVP of the System? Who's the best player they have?
I mean, it is a tough choice. I got to go Moose, man. Got to go Moose. The guy's
not a bad call. I kind of agree with you. What else are we going to see on TNA tonight? Jordan Grace has an open challenge, but we'll keep you posted on TNA. Let's get to what we are going to do right now, which is give you the WWE weekly update, and that's going to come to you starting with SmackDown. SmackDown Friday night, United States Champion LA Knight continuing his dominance, defeating Ludwig Kaiser. They're making him look great, as usual. What do you see in the future for him? Who is he really going to put that title on the line against? Who's coming for him?
I mean, you got a bunch of options in there. If you want to throw in Johnny Gargano or Tommaso Ciampa, that would bring about some great matches there. We got Carmelo Hayes. We also got Andrade. There is plenty more. Baron Corbin, maybe. Apollo Crews, maybe. But I am going to hold out and say that LA Knight will ultimately be taking that title into next year's WrestleMania, because right now he is white hot. Thankfully, they made the right decision by putting that title on him at SummerSlam, and he's going to remain on a roll for the foreseeable future.
Can you see a guy like LA Knight maybe being double champion? Maybe he's the one that's going to beat Braun Breaker for the IC title, because I feel if this guy is white hot and he has momentum, what does momentum need? It needs meaningful titles. The United States title is great, but it's not as meaningful as that IC title.
Well, that's why it's on LA Knight, because LA Knight's going to make it mean something, and he's doing a great fucking job after 1 month.
Okay. All right. The United States title, to me, they've used it such flippy, floppy nonsense over the years.
Now it's on LA Knight, so now he is going to build some fucking prestige with it.
Okay. Bold claim. I think he's capable of doing that. We'll see. Los Garza defeated Baron Corbin, Apollo Crews. Baron Corbin just being a punching bag as always on SmackDown, which I hate to see. I love Corbin. I hope we get one more singles run out of him.
I mean, I got to admit, Baron Corbin has definitely taken to my liking as of lately. And sending him back down to NXT last year, that was probably one of the best decisions of his career. He has, yeah, we'll be talking about Cowboy shit a little later, because he's gone full-blown fucking psycho. But as far as Corbin goes, he's been getting a lot better in the ring. He's doing a lot of things that we didn't see him doing 5, 6, 7 years ago. And I'm liking this tag team with Corbin and Apollo. And one thing that I've been saying for a while now, if WWE wants to, they could build a great fucking tag team division, especially on SmackDown with the teams that they got. All we need now is rankings to be implemented, and let's get these tag team matches into a position where they mean something on a weekly basis. Los Garzas get the win.
Could you see one of these guys being world champion one day?
Yes, Escobar. It all depends. Right place, right time for
Who's
Escobar.
the best wrestler out of those three right there?
I'm going with Escobar.
You think he's better?
I think he's the best. He's the best out of all of them. He had that one.
Is he better than Andrade?
Andrade ain't a part of Legado del Fantasma.
I know that, but I'm making a comparison.
Oh no, Andrade's number one. If we're gonna compare him,
like I'm saying, if you have to pick between those two to have one champion, one of them's gonna have a run.
It's Andrade.
Okay,
it's Andrade.
Okay, yeah, I agree with that, because then Charlotte Flair, the greatest female wrestler of all time, will, of course, have to have gold next to him.
You just couldn't fucking help yourself, could you, Dickwad?
Couldn't do it. I really couldn't. All right, SmackDown. We're moving on. SmackDown felt like a quick show. Baron Corbin and Apollo Crews doing what they're supposed to do, which is enhancing talent. And right now, that's the new talent that everybody's coming to see. And they're doing a good job of hyping these guys up and putting them in the ring with guys that know how to work, if anything. Apollo Crews and Baron Corbin.
It was a solid show, to say the least. And overall, it was just that final setup show for Bash in Berlin. Obviously, Bash in Berlin was the main thing that was going on this weekend, which we'll talk about in a little bit.
Oh, yeah, this was the last chance for Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes to have an opportunity to hype up Bash in Berlin, and I think they could have did a way better job. I wasn't interested in this match at all. Who the hell is interested in watching two friends fight?
Listen,
you have this over here with
two friends fighting, but the problem is that this was the only week during the 4-week build that we actually got a back and forth promo between them. They should have been doing this every week, not fighting A-Town Down Under.
Oh, that's because they didn't want to get it boring, because if they're not going to lead, you can't have promo battles if it's not leading to altercations. That's why they've avoided the promos.
And you could make it feel like they both have chips on their shoulders. Cody being in the midst of his first world title reign, and Owens being a guy that hasn't held a world title in almost 8 years. That would have been a great way to play it up, but they didn't do that because they're lazy.
I think they're saving it. I think they're saving it for other shows. I don't think this is over. I think Cody's going to go on to challenge someone else, and something's going to happen with Kevin, maybe, I don't know, causing a problem. Maybe. I don't know.
The only
because where does Kevin Owens go after this? Where do you put Kevin Owens after this? If he's done with Cody, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, Orton's the next guy for Cody.
So what do we? No, Orton's a WrestleMania match, man.
No. The WrestleMania match is Cody and
not this year. Next year. Not even next year. The year after.
Orton and Cody in Atlanta. Book it.
Let's see. Carmelo got the win on Andrade. I can watch these guys wrestle all week long, any night of the week. They always put on a banger. I think this is going to continue. I don't think this is the last we see these guys go to war.
I have been enjoying the matches, and I usually try and stay away from that, but the matches have been objectively good. Very, very happy to see them both getting a showcase. The only problem is that you got these two fighting. This is the fourth match within a month. If you want to have these two in a rivalry, fine. I don't have an issue with that, but please space out the matches a bit, because Carmelo can't just fight Andrade all summer. And Andrade can't just fight Carmelo all summer. That's the only issue that I have, is that the matches are way too close together, and it's becoming very...
It's a good thing the summer is almost over, but there definitely has to be like some kind of a high-stakes match between these two to kind of end this. Something needs to happen.
An unofficial fourth month of summer, let's be honest.
Oh, yeah, well, some summer doesn't end until the 22nd. We got a couple of weeks left. Good match, though. Probably the best match on the card, athletic-wise. You're not going to see better athleticism than what those two are going to give you on a Friday night. But we also had the women's champion, Nia Jax, defeating Mi Chin in a street fight. Now, I said this on my show. You probably won't agree with me, or maybe you will. I don't know. In my opinion, stop calling this shit a street fight when there's no fucking street, no stop signs, no fucking cars. How is it a street fight? Call it no holds barred. Call it no DQ. It's not a street fight.
It's a name only.
You know what a street fight was? Goldust and Roddy Piper at WrestleMania 12. That was a street fight.
I'm aware.
Even Shawn Michaels and Triple H, the best street fight of all time, wasn't even in the streets. God damn it.
I'm aware. But listen, the match was solid, and if anything, this should have been on Bash in Berlin. They made do with the 15.
Oh, they could have definitely fit it on there. Like, I'm kind of surprised they didn't. But Jax, she took advantage of the opportunity to look like a monster, and that's exactly what she did. Mi Chin got her shots in. She even put her through a table. She looked good. Tiff came down, had the interference. She looked good. Bailey would come in and make the save, but Nia Jax would handle business. And that was a Samoan drop through the table, and you could see the look on her face. She was not, and she wasn't done there either. Fuck this, Mia, whatever the fuck. All right, bash on whatever. Bash in Berlin. Oh, they should call it 5 matches in Berlin.
I know, dude. Listen, I appreciate the quality over quantity material, but listen, Triple H, if you're watching, listen, I know you're fucking watching, Hunter. This ain't NXT Black and Gold anymore. Okay, you can't get away with 5 matches on a show. 7 matches minimum. That's the sweet spot. You don't need 10, 11, 12 matches. You don't need 5. 7 matches is the sweet spot. Book 7 matches on your PLEs going forward. Enough of these 5 matches.
Well, whatever the fuck. What did you think of this match? And for this shit, let's do the Dave Meltzer jerk-off ratings. What would you rate this match?
I'd probably give it a 4.25 out of 5 stars. Great.
This gets a 4 because it was predictable.
Well, dude, predictable ain't bad.
Good execution, though. I'm giving them a 4 for performance and execution, if you want to get technical.
There you go. And on top of that, I'm going to go so far as to say that this was Cody's second best match of his title reign. The first one, obviously, being the first.
What's the best match of his career?
The best match of his career? I don't know. It depends. I
know what it is. I have it.
Probably one of the 2 matches with Roman at WrestleMania.
No, not even fucking close.
Maybe the Hell in a Cell match with Rollins.
Yes, the Rollins match was by far the best match he's ever had.
Yeah.
In his life.
As far as his title reign goes, this was his second best match. The first one was the first match with AJ Styles.
All right, moving on. We got new tag team champions. I told you they were going to play swish-swash with the titles. That's exactly what we saw. How long will they hold them? I don't even think they're going to hold them for a long time. I think somebody else is going to take them. And these girls are going to be 18-time champions by Royal Rumble.
Ask me if I care.
I know you don't care, so why would I waste my time?
Although I will say this. I will say one positive thing about this.
What would you rate the match?
Probably give it a 2.5, maybe a 2.75.
I'm gonna give it a 3 because 3 of the ladies in there really know how to work.
Now, I will say this. The one positive thing...
Jade looked good, though. She did her spots.
That's what I was going to say. Jade finally had a decent PLE match. Finally, she didn't fucking botch.
No, I wouldn't say it was her first. She's performed, man. She's performed. Considering her experience level, I would put her in the same category as Logan Paul.
Fuck out of here with that shit. Logan Paul, dude.
Well,
Logan
as far as physique goes,
turned wrestler ever. Fuck out of here with
he's
that.
He's pretty good. He's pretty good.
No.
That kid's pretty good. We didn't see him on SmackDown.
Let me take over the whole fucking show.
All right, now we're moving on to 5 matches in Berlin. We got CM Punk taking on Drew McIntyre. CM Punk picking up the win, and in very convincing fashion. I mean, decisive win here. No shenanigans, just a straight match, which I loved. This match felt like you were watching 1980s wrestling. And right now, TNA showing us a clip of when JBL, what'd you think about that, by the way? JBL on TNA talking to Nick Nemeth, giving him a little whisper.
I don't know. It's like we're living in the Twilight Zone. JBL is making appearance left, right, and center. GCW, AAA, TNA, motherfuckers everywhere.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. But back to not SmackDown, Bash in Berlin, or 5 matches in Berlin.
SmackDown on steroids.
Yeah, this was a great match, though. I mean, visually, it looks like you're watching 2 larger-than-life superstars collide. It was great to see. Again.
Now, when I was doing the Lightning Flash update, right before this match took place, I said that this match needed to deliver for one specific reason, and it's because of the fact that ever since Punk came back to the WWE, he's been nothing but a novelty. He needed to prove that he can still put on a banger of a match, because that's what's most important in wrestling. Let me tell you something. You can have a great build-up. You can have great 7, 8, 9 weeks worth of story, but if the final product, if the match shits the bed, the last 8 weeks, complete fucking waste of time. And I'm very, very happy to say that he did it. He looked great. Him and Drew absolutely blew their SummerSlam match out of the water. And if you're going to ask me to rate it out of 5 stars, I'm probably going to give it a 4.5 out of 5.
I'll give this one a 4.7.
All right. Fair enough.
I'll give this a 4.7. I thought it was a good match. More than a good match. I thought it was a very good match. I was captivated by it. And that's why I'm
my match of the
a
night.
rating. Right now on TNA, we're about to see Kushida taking on the Laredo Kid. 2 of TNA's hottest X Division stars collide in this high-flying battle that you can't miss. But if you are going to miss it, we'll tell you what happened at least.
Raging Girl Gamer. She has been a member of the channel for the last 4 months. Thank you very much, Rage. And I know you'll be in Washington, D.C. for the month of October. You better get your fucking tickets for Battle in the Borough. I better see you there.
And bring some friends. Bring all your friends.
Bring your friends. He's going to be there too. The motherfucker below me is going to be there too.
Good time. Enjoy. Bash in Berlin continues. We have the intergender match between Mommy and Damian Priest versus Dirty Dom and Liv Morgan. And I think we both knew that they were going to get the win. They needed the win. Nothing's on the line here. Just for them to look good and get back in a position of power.
Oh, absolutely. And you know what? I would even go so far as to say that if anyone told me that this was their favorite match on the show, I'm not going to look at you weird. The crowd absolutely brought the energy for this match, and the right team won. Based on what happened, it looks like we are looking down the barrel of Liv versus Rhea at Bad Blood, and a potential Damian Priest versus Finn Balor match, which I have absolutely zero issue with. Rage, it's not.
No, she doesn't need Ticketmaster. Just show up with $25 at the door, and you're good to go.
Cash at me, and I will mail you the tickets.
There you go. You could also hand it in person.
Yeah. Although you might want to get them because they're going to go quick in September.
Yeah, but I'm sure we could make a +1.
Oh, yeah, of course.
For a loyal member of the posse.
25 Venmo or Cash App. Let me know, Rage.
Or in person. It's all good. Either way, you're good. Just show up. That's what matters. Storms. Come on, man. Look at that. Look at that reaction from Rhea Ripley, though. Like, getting her legs wrapped around Dirty Dom's stupid little neck. God, that must have felt good for her. Look at her. She looks like she's loving it.
Dom looks like he's loving it.
You'll be able to meet both of us. Elliot, I agree. Rest in peace to Sid Vicious. I have no words still to truly explain to you how shocked I was when I found that out. And it's a tragedy, but the guy was a good family guy, and he'll be remembered forever as one of the best big men, if not the best, most intense, intimidating, scary. I was scared of that guy when I was a kid.
God bless Sid Vicious, man.
His whole family, too. Prayers out to all of them. Rhea Ripley, though, doing a great job on WWE. We're moving on to the main event, and Storms called it. He said this was going to be the main event, and it was. And it was a phenomenal match. I would give this 5 stars.
I would not give it 5 stars.
Why not?
I would say it was better than their match at King and Queen of the Ring, which I'm very happy about.
Yeah, and that match was insane.
The crowd was better. The home
Why? Because it wasn't on an AEW pay-per-view, you Dave Meltzer bastard.
I'm telling you what the deal is with this match, all right? You gonna let me fucking talk?
Yeah, I'm busting your chops.
Well, listen, better than the match at King Queen of the Ring. Crowd was better. Home stretch was better. They definitely got a little bit more creative. I definitely was a fan of that big back suplex through the German announce table. However, listen, I understand that you got to mix it up every now and then. Obviously, sometimes you get a crazy death match, you get a high-flying match, you get an old-school match. But listen, at the end of the day, the first 12, 13 minutes of this match, a lot of rest holds, a lot of standard moves that I could learn in about 4 weeks. The first 13 minutes of the match was boring. But they picked it up. It got better. The crowd got better as the match went on. And Gunther won definitively. The ending was great where Orton was protected in defeat. I would probably not give this 5 stars. I'd probably give this either a 3.75 or maybe I'll go so far as to give it a 4 out of 5. This was not the match of the night, but it was a great match for what it was. Better than their first match, and Gunther got a decisive win and kicks off his world title reign on a high note.
Yeah, I'm just trolling with the 5 stars. It's more like 4.5, 4.25. It was a good match though, but the CM Punk McIntyre match was the match of the night. It was better. Right now on TNA, this match was pretty much over due to interference from Josh Alexander. He came in there and attacked the shit out of Kushida, tried to break his leg, and now Kushida, he got on the microphone and he demanded a match with Josh Alexander, and now it's Kushida versus Josh Alexander. I'll keep you posted on what's going on there throughout the night. Now moving on to Monday Night Raw. Good show, had its moments. Liv Morgan damaged Rhea Ripley's knee very early in the night, which kind of bothered me because I'm like, that's sensitive because she was just hurt. Why do they want to hurt her again?
Well, it was the shoulder that was hurt, not the knee.
Yeah, but still, nobody wants to see her have surgery again, or, they're scaring all her fans like that.
It was just regular rehab.
They're playing with these surgeries and the injuries. There's Rhea holding her knee, all her fans crying. Damian looking upset. It's a
Liv Morgan looking fucking gorgeous.
Yeah, we could take a moment to reflect on Liv.
So let's reflect on the hot chick from Paramus. She's not from Menlo Park. She's from Paramus.
American Made defeated Alpha Academy. And this was a great match, actually. I love the way it ended. Ivy Nile looking strong, getting that dragon sleeper. But I got to give credit. I got to give credit to Maxine. She looks so improved, man, over these last couple of weeks. She has really stepped it up. And she's keeping up with Ivy Nile. And Ivy Nile can go. And Otis always looking like a monster.
Otis is great, man. Free Otis.
I loved all of this. And I love the balls that Uncle Howdy has to come out all alone because obviously we remember Gable challenged the Wyatt Six to a match over here. It was. What did you think about Raw up to this part so far?
Well, first of all, I do appreciate the very good match that we got between Alpha Academy and American Made, and I'm sure the street fight next week is going to be extremely fun. However, again, I wouldn't be where I am if I didn't call out what needs to be called out here. They're getting a little too repetitive with these matches. I understand that they're in a feud, but we've already seen about 4 Alpha Academy versus American Made matches. We've already seen 2 different matches between Gable's faction and the Wyatt Six. This should be the end. It was a solid show up until this point, but this should be the end of Wyatt 6 versus American Made, and we should move the Wyatt 6 on to the Judgment Day.
Definitely needs to move on from this, but we haven't seen an actual 4-on-4 fight yet. So there's still a lot of substance here that they're going to get, whether you like it or not, they're going to get whatever they can out of the storyline before they move on. And I feel they actually have to build more credible stables before they separate this storyline. So they have people ready to go for the Wyatt 6 for years to come. That's the only way you keep this shit popping, is they have multiple people to work with over the next few years, if that's the plan.
We need to get American Made in the tag team title hunt. That's what we need to do.
I'm sure that's going to happen. I think Gable will also be a world champion one day, man. And what's going on, Gianna? Good evening to you. He thinks Raw was solid 6.5 out of 10. Yeah, I'm sure we're going to see Wyatt's eventually with the bloodline, just not yet.
Not yet, no.
Not yet. Way too soon for that, I think. What'd you think about this? Shayna Baszler defeated Zelina Vega. She came out. She looked like she was very emotional. There was a fan there that had a sign that she connected with, maybe a friend of hers, family, I don't know.
Let me ask you a question. Did this match mean anything?
To who? Maybe to somebody it did. To that little kid with the sign, it meant something.
No, but did it, from an objective standpoint, did it mean anything? Yes or no?
Means Shayna Baszler's a bully?
It meant nothing. Meant absolutely nothing. You know why it didn't mean anything? I'll see if you can answer that. Why didn't it mean anything?
I think it meant something to somebody. I mean, why didn't it mean anything? Because I don't know. Nobody cares?
Yeah,
why?
Nobody cares. There ain't no fucking rankings. So the win for Shayna Baszler doesn't mean anything.
WWE's never had rankings, so I don't even know why we're talking about rankings.
Because rankings fucking matter. And
here we go again with that shit. All right, guys. His name's DJ Storms, and you can follow him today and buy that. Go ahead, show him the stupid comb.
Yeah, that's right. Listen, let me tell you something. This is the greatest piece of fucking merch you will ever own. The DJ Storm Switchblade comb, and just like me, you can be so fucking.
All right, enough of that.
Burgers off the grill.
I've been a nice producer thus far. I gave you a little commercial there. Let's get back to business here, right? Obviously, this match meant shit to you. I'm sure it meant shit to the people in the chat. And you know what? You want my honest opinion? The only person I care about in this entire storyline is Sonya Deville and Shayna Baszler. That's it. Lyra Valkyria, she's got no business even being out here at all. She should stay on NXT with Tatum Paxley. Because they bring her in going against Becky Lynch, and now she's out here in these stupid, random, meaningless interruption segments. She's not even getting matches anymore, bro.
What the fuck is a Pure Fusion collective? What the fuck?
It's a collective of pure fusion lesbianas who know that no man in that building has a shot.
Yeah, that was a fucking shoot and a half. Holy shit.
Yeah, she went in. I like that a little bit.
Holy fuck,
right,
man. Look at this. They're even fucking mocking.
This was the best part of the night.
Yeah,
this was the only part of the night that was even worth a shit, because the setup was beautiful. You really thought Punk was going to come out there, and we're like, damn, Punk's going to be in the world title hunt already? Damn. Yeah. Oh, no. No. Drew McIntyre says no to all that shit, bitch.
Oh, Lord. By the way, I do have news on when Punk will be challenging for the world title. We'll talk about that on the LFU on Saturday. But this segment, clearly...
No, you're not going to bring it up and then not talk about it here on the Super Wrestling Show?
You want to talk about it here?
I will super chop you.
From where? You going to reach through the fucking screen?
Yeah, battle in the borough.
Sound like Mr.
A battle in the borough.
Hudson River?
Listen, I see you out there walking the streets going to get sponsors. I'll just come to your fucking neighborhood. I'll probably see you walking around trying to get more sponsors.
Go ahead. I invite you.
I'll invite you.
But as far as this segment goes, very good segment. And CM Punk He gets destroyed again by Drew McIntyre. We have our answer. We all thought that Punk.
Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You think he's going to fight Gunther at Survivor Series, and guess what? It's not going to happen.
He will.
It's not going to happen.
That's the plan.
Not going to happen.
Well, we'll see what happens. I mean, I was right about Gunther and Orton main eventing Bash in Berlin.
Oh, and let's say they do fight. You think Punk's going to actually beat him?
No, of course not. He's going to enhance Gunther. That's what he's there for.
Elliot, trust me, you don't want to see that. Nobody wants to see that unless you hate Storms. If you hate DJ Storms, then you want to see that match.
No. Listen, you don't want to see that match because I would expose Savage. He was telling me about the bumps that he was
First
taking.
of all, the only way I would wrestle you is if it's in a steel cage. So you can't go anywhere.
You want to get bold here, brother.
That's right. You want to wrestle? I know you're faster than me. I'm not stupid. See, the thing about being the greatest manager in the world is you have to be intelligent. You have to have intelligence. You have to be able to think 8 steps ahead of the game. And I know you're like half my size, half my weight. I've seen you walk. It doesn't look like you have an injury to either leg, left or right. Ankles look good. Knees look good. By all terms of definition, you can clearly outrun me for days. Not having it. Steel cage. Your little ass ain't going anywhere.
Let me tell you something, man. All it takes is one bump to pop a hip or bruise a rib. All it takes.
Bump or hip? What bump? You can't get me off the ground. Are you out of your mind?
I don't know about that. Well, we'll see. We'll see.
A lot of people. Oh, listen. There's a lot of people in the wrestling world who can probably kick the ever living shit out of me, knock me on my ass, put me on my ground, beat the hell out of me. You, sir, are not one of them.
Oh, we'll have to see what happens. I mean,
oh God,
I'll maybe be seeing.
No, he's gonna go take the Triple H growth hormones now and come back and be like a jacked animal.
I don't need no growth hormones to beat your ass, man.
How about this? Listen,
you'll be prematurely balding.
I like making money. You like making money. Let's just focus on see these stupid fans. They want to come in here and they want us to fight. They want us to fight.
Of course.
This is unbelievable. We can't let them get to us.
We're an even greater tag team rather than a rivalry.
Yeah, we don't need to fight. Listen, I don't want to hurt Sturms. That's what I have Slade for. Slade would hurt him.
Oh, we'll have to catch me first.
You ain't beating up Slade now.
I don't know about that. I don't know. Maybe I probably.
NWA superstar, man.
Anyway.
All right, Punk going on a gurney, though. This was great, though. They kind of like made everything feel fresh again because you got that glimpse of CM Punk's future, like you say, and maybe you're right. And then Drew takes it away. Says, nope, we're right back.
And you know what's great about this? The greatest thing about this is they've been fighting over the bracelet all this time. Drew rips the bracelet up, shoves it
I got shots of that.
Punk's mouth, and
where is it? Right here?
Coughing up blood. And Drew McIntyre attacks him on the gurney like an absolute fucking maniac. Hell in a Cell, baby. Bad Blood main event. Hell in a Cell. It is all but confirmed.
By the way, Josh Alexander just defeated Kushida on TNA. I'll keep you posted with what's next. CM Punk, the best part of the night, for sure. Moving on Raw, we had Dragunov defeating Dragon Lee and Dirty Dom to advance in the IC title #1 contenders tournament. Kind of saw that coming. This was a good match, but you don't expect anything less if Dragunov's in the ring.
And Dragon Lee, too.
Oh, it was a good match.
Yeah, absolutely. And I would say that it's either going to be Dragunov or Jey Uso that's winning that Fatal 4-Way.
And then we have the Unholy Union defeating Damage Control in a WWE Women's Tag Team title #1 contenders match. So now we have new #1 contenders. By the way, Joe Hendry's out here. He's trying to help Kushida. It looks like Kushida is having a seizure or something bad is happening to Kushida. I don't know.
Yeah, and people want me to watch TNA.
Yeah. All right. What'd you think about this whole match? And obviously the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, they're out there. They're gloating.
You know, it's very, very sad because all 4 of the women in this match, they're great at what they do. But the women's tag team titles, they don't mean shit. Therefore, I can't bring myself to care. And a lot of people can't bring themselves to care. A lot of people can't. You know why? Because the women's tag team titles don't mean shit. They need to be eradicated. But of course, Triple H is not going to listen.
No, they got more meaning now than they did yesterday because now they're 2-time tag team champions, all right? You can't take that away for Bianca and Jade Cargill. Just like you can't take away the opportunity for Jordynne Grace to come out here and have her. What is going on? She's fresh off a victory at TNA Emergence with Spitfire. It was revealed on social media that Jordynne Grace will hold the first ever TNA Knockouts World Championship Open Challenge on NXT. But first, should do it this week on TNA Impact. The question is, will someone cross the line, or will it be someone from the locker room before they come out? Who do you think it's going to be?
Good choice. Good choices here. I think it's going to be Sol Ruka.
He's going with Sol Ruka.
I'm going with Sol Ruka, man. She's fucking great. She's fucking awesome.
It's a tough pick for me, man. I would probably give it to Jada Parker even right now.
We'll talk about her when we get to NXT No Mercy. She actually put together.
I'm just waiting to see who's going to come out right now to challenge her. I don't think they're going to make us wait long. And then we're going to get right back. Oh. They're doing the introduction, answering her open challenge. It's Ariana Grace.
Ariana Grace.
Wow, that's out of nowhere. Okay, so it's going to be fun, but we know what's going to happen here.
Yeah, of course.
Moving on to the rest of Monday Night Raw. Obviously, we know the new matchup we're going to have right there. Did you see what happened to Kairi Sane's eye, too? That was brutal.
Jesus Christ. Eye right into the fucking announce table, man.
Yeah, that was rough to watch.
She's a trooper, man. She's a trooper.
Absolutely. This was actually a good segment, though, overall. I think they're doing a better job, finally. We've released these people in the ring right here. We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens, that's for sure.
The blood always makes it a little more real, dude. What did you think about Sami Zayn, though? He's coming out, and he's talking hella fucking confident. He's talking about legends that, I wouldn't put him in the same room with. He's throwing out names there. And he says he has to get the IC champion so he can be like one of these guys. He wants Gunther again. Gunther said no. And then I think, Sammy's going to just keep antagonizing him. What's going on here, DJ Storms?
Now, the only reason why Sammy is challenging Gunther now is because they really don't have anybody else. Rollins Rollins right now, he is currently dealing with injury. Bronson Reed, you're not going to put him against Gunther because it's ultimately going to be a loss. Braun Strowman is not a main event match with Gunther. And then Punk and McIntyre, they're already occupied with each other. Now, granted, this is going to be a fantastic match, just like it was at WrestleMania. And Sammy, realistically, he should be the one to beat Gunther after Gunther's already had a 500-plus day reign. But they're doing it now because, realistically, there really isn't anybody else to challenge him. You could do Dragunov, but they're putting him in the IC title scene. That's the only reason why Sammy is challenging Gunther. It's rushed. Now, it's going to be a great showcase for both of them, but it's rushed.
I would be shocked if Sammy wins. Just to give you an update right here, Ariana Grace was actually out here as a representative for the real challenger, which is Carmen Petrovic. And she's out here with her katana. We're having a TNA Knockouts title match right now. I don't expect any of the results to be different. I expect Jordynne Grace to win. Should be a competitive match, but Jordynne Grace will get the win here tonight. Moving back to Sami Zayn and Gunther. Listen, the only way this storyline will get good is if Sammy can somehow miraculously just rip the title off Gunther and become instant world champion. But I don't see it happening. He couldn't rip the IC title off him. I don't think he's going to rip the world championship off him. Thus, I'm not as interested because I feel like I already know the results. Braun Strowman defeated Sheamus and Ludwig Kaiser to advance in the Intercontinental title #1 contenders match. So we know some people that are moving on in that tournament. There are a couple of good spots here. Braun throwing that chair was awesome. And it's nice to actually see Braun getting a win. I mean, the guy looks like a walking animal out of the forest. I mean, he doesn't look like a real human. So it's like, it pisses me off when we don't see him just getting these dominant wins. And that's what this was. It was a dominant performance, dominant win against two other studs in the ring.
He's one big son of a bitch.
He is one big son of a bitch, as Pat McAfee would love to say. By the way, what'd you think about the new Raw commentary guy? I actually, in my opinion, real quick,
not bad. He's not bad.
He reminded me a lot of Mean Gene Okerlund. I got a lot of 80s vibes off of him. I feel like if they actually give him time to prosper, I feel like he could become really good. And I feel like you could tell that his confidence level's not there yet. He was very nervous, I think.
Yeah, like everyone usually
But
is
considering
on the job.
But considering all the nerves, I still thought he did a phenomenal job for his first time. He made one big mistake when he called, I think he was calling someone the Hurt Business.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't catch that.
Yeah, it happened during the, I think it was when Judgment Day was in the ring.
I did not catch that, huh?
Yeah, he called them the Hurt Business. That was the only mistake I really caught. Other than that, the guy was money.
I definitely believe it's not going to take him long to.
Like I said, if they give him like a month or 2 months to keep having reps, I feel like he's going to be really good.
He'll get there. He'll get there for sure.
Fun match though. Damian Priest, Jey Uso defeated Finn Balor and JD McDonough, and obviously we knew that was going to happen. Damian out here looking good, Jey Uso looking good. I mean, these guys could be your new tag team champions, especially if they're not going to pull the trigger on Jey Uso beating Braun Breaker, which, by the way, we got to talk about that because I don't even have a picture of it, but it did happen. Braun Breaker, Jey Uso, they had a moment. It was intense. Maybe one of the better promos Jey Uso's cut. Braun always strong with words like that. Keeping it simple. No one in your family has ever beat anyone in my family. Ain't going to change. Jey convinced,
right there.
Determined that he has something here with the Yeet movement. So my question to you, Storms, is the Yeet movement strong enough to overcome Braun Breaker and bring Jey Uso that IC championship?
Nope. Braun Breaker is pulling a mini Gunther run with that title, by far.
Okay.
That guy ain't losing that title until after WrestleMania.
I don't disagree with that. Good match, though, on Raw. If you had to rate Raw and, if you have anything else to add on Raw, now is the time.
I'd probably, out of 10, I'd probably give it like maybe a 6, maybe a 6.5. Solid show for what it was. And as of right now, they're slowly putting the pieces together for Bad Blood. We got Drew and Punk in a Hell in a Cell match. We're probably going to get Cody and Orton. We're probably going to get Gunther and Sammy, Priest and Balor. We're probably going to get Liv and Rhea. So not bad. Not bad for starters. Let's see what else that they can.
I'm giving it a 7 out of 10 only because what happened between Punk and Drew was so good. It really captivated me. It has my interest for the future. And that moment alone was enough to make that show a solid 7. Entertaining, some fun matches on the card. That storyline between Jey and Braun. That like I said, I don't even have a shot of it because WWE barely acknowledged it. But that was a great segment.
I just gained 2 more subscribers. Thank you very much, everybody.
Yeah, Savage Kingdom. Go follow DJ Storms and the posse. Come follow Wrestling with Savage. We're almost at 10,000. And I've done that single-handedly. Not one robot pay, not one nonsense. No, all real, organic human beings that have either watched my show, my content, met me at a show. Yeah, there's people that never watch any of my shit, but they've subscribed because they met me and they liked me. They fucked with me. We had fun. We had a good time.
I'm one of them. I'm one of them.
Go. See, it happens. It happens. What's next here? We have to talk about, obviously, we had No Mercy. A lot to talk about on the WWE side of things. Chase U lost their titles now. And, Rich Holland lost his mind. He snapped. We had Wentz defeating Wes Lee.
These were the 2 top matches on the show, by far. These 2 matches.
Probably.
By the way,
yeah.
The NXT tag team division, best tag team division currently in the industry right now. Don't fucking at me.
I'm not even going to begin to argue with you. Good match, though. But, obviously they couldn't hold on to their titles. They have bigger plans for Rich Holland. Rich Holland right now, especially you know what? We'll save Rich for NXT. I definitely have more to say on him. Now we move on to the results. Kalani Jordan defeating Wendy Chu. Obafemi retaining his title against Tony D'Angelo. I thought that match was going to be way better than it was. Wish it was a little longer.
Yeah, it definitely should have been a little longer, but man, that women's match really took the air out of the building, man. That was not a good women's match. Wendy Chu, let me tell you something. I really don't give a fuck. This spooky shit with Wendy Chu, this shit is absolutely fucking horrible, and Kalani Jordan deserves better than that. Kalani Jordan deserves a lot better because Kalani Jordan, she is probably the closest thing we have to a female version of Ricochet, and the best person that you can give her is fucking...
Nah, you can't say that. Soruka's right there with her with the shit she be doing.
Yeah, Soruka's right there.
Soruka's right there.
Wendy Chu, absolute garbage. The opinion.
I don't know what their obsession with trying to get Wendy Chu over is. It feels like they're really just...
Oh, man.
I don't know what it is. We have some shots here from the action. Move on to the co-main events, I guess you would say. Both championships on the line. Roxanne Perez would retain her championship, which was super obvious to me. I knew that shit wasn't going to change hands. And then Ethan Page. And listen, you said the other match was the match of the night. To me, the way they ended this match, the Ethan Page, Joe Hendry, was the match of the night. Trick Williams is a fucking stud. Great referee. Did you see the rap video he made for Pete Dunne?
No, I didn't, because I didn't.
Holy shit, it is amazing. Trick Williams is the most talented guy in NXT right now. Maybe even better than Joe Hendry.
I don't know about that.
Watch the rap video and then tell me I'm wrong.
But first things first.
Hold on. First things first, Jordan Grace wins.
Of course. I mean, like, come on. That wasn't already a foregone conclusion.
Yeah,
Jordan fucking Grace. But I got to give my props to Jada Parker. I said that she wasn't ready for that spot, and she still really isn't ready for that spot, but she was able to put together a serviceable performance at NXT No Mercy. She didn't fuck up. She didn't botch, which I will continue to give her props.
It was a good match. She did a good job.
It was a solid match, a lot better than I could have expected. But the real major talking point that happened was Julia. Julia is now a member of the NXT Women's Division, and she challenged Roxanne Perez on the NXT show on the CW. It looks like Roxanne Perez's days are numbered.
Rosemary just attacked Jordan Grace. There's a pillow in the ring, and Jordan Grace is knocked out, and Rosemary's in the rafters. I don't even know how she got up there so quick. Whatever. Julia, tell me about Julia. Should I give a shit about Julia? I only seen highlights. I've never actually seen a full match.
She, I would say, is just as intense, or even just a little bit more intense, as when Asuka first came into NXT. When Asuka first came into NXT, she brought the fucking intensity.
So what you're saying is that she's better than Mercedes Moné.
I wouldn't go that far. I would probably say she's on the same level.
Okay. My boy Casey Navarro on TNA right now next to AJ Francis and ABC.
Well, let's be honest. Casey Navarro is the star of that group.
Yes.
Yes.
Casey Navarro is a superstar, brother.
I got to get him on one of my shows.
He's a little busy right now. We'll talk about Casey Navarro moving on.
Spring.
I got some news on Casey Navarro, which I'm going to break here tonight. You probably have no idea. But if you want to get him on your show, I know a way you can, but you'd have to listen to every word I say. And I don't know if that's something you're capable of doing.
What do you got to say? I'm listening.
Oh, maybe we could talk about that later in private. Joe Hendry. Ethan Page. Look at the shots.
Good main event, but let's be honest. Trick Williams played a complete non-factor in this match, so it really meant nothing. We all knew that Ethan Page was retaining. They weren't going to give it to Joe Hendry. This was merely just an appetizer. Hey, we'll give you the NXT title if you come sign with us. Because Joe Hendry, they're not going to give a non-contractually obligated wrestler a WWE championship. Even under Triple H, they're not going to take that risk.
I thought it was the most entertaining match of the night. The finish was incredible. Had me on the edge of my seat. Ethan Page did his thing, looked good. Joe Hendry did his thing, looked good. Trick Williams did his. Everybody in that ring did their job. I thought to almost perfection. I wouldn't give it a 5, but I'd give it a 4.5. Great match, a lot of action, good storytelling, and the right result. Ethan Page maintaining control of that championship is the right decision. because you invested in him. You should keep it on him.
I give it a 3.25.
Oh, that's okay. You hate NXT, so I understand. It gets a -1 automatically. Pete Dunne over here did a thing, attack and Trick after he did such a phenomenal job as a referee. And then that led to Trick Williams releasing a rap video the other day that you all need to check out. It's better than anything Joe Hendry's ever done. It's a whole diss track on Pete Dunne. Very good. It's like a giant rap promo. Very good hook. And again, NXT kicks off with this. Trick Williams, Pete Dunne at it, and that was the theme of the night. They were beating the shit out of each other all night long. We'll talk about that more when we get to their match. Hank and Tank over here. Are you buying Hank and Tank?
They're a solid tag team. They're a solid act. They got a decent look. So if they want to continue to hype them up a bit more, I wouldn't mind it. Although you could say that they're kind of a dollar store version of Heavy Machinery. But either way, they're a solid addition to the tag team division.
They're good.
Now, I'm not sure if they're going to be tag team champions, but they're solid enough.
Obviously, Fatal Influence has some advice for Jada Parker. We got a little segment here in the back, as we always do on NXT. And then we move on to the NXT Tag Team Championship #1 contenders triple threat match. Say that 10 times fast. Hank Walker and Tank Ledger taking on the Rascals, taking on Gallus. And the Rascals pick up the win and now are your #1 contenders. And I can't even imagine that matchup right there. That's going to be a hell of a tag team match when we get it.
Some crazy shit's about to go down. The Rascals are your new #1 contenders. Axiom and Nathan Fraser, you guys better fucking prepare.
That match is going to be wild. This match, though, could have been better. I felt like it was definitely too short, considering what was on the line.
Yeah, that's the main problem with NXT. And I continuously say, when it comes down to NXT, they have a problem with not giving their matches enough time. Like NXT No Mercy, we could have gotten another 5 minutes with Zachary Wentz and Wesley. We could have gotten another 10 minutes with the main event. We could have gotten another 10 minutes in the opening match. Like, what is it with these matches ending so quickly? That's what I don't understand.
It's because they pack so much into one show every Tuesday night. That's what it always comes down to. That's why they have an overrun time, usually 10:15. I hate it because I go live 10:30, and I like to have a little time when I'm done watching wrestling for 2 hours to go wind down a little bit before I'm about to talk about it for an hour. You know what I mean? And
structure, man, I always preach structure is important.
Structure is not only important, but you have to have priority.
Yes.
You have to have your superstars that their TV time needs to be prioritized in a way that it's going to be effective for their careers, for merchandise sales. You can't get influence over people by not being on TV. In order for you to affect people's minds and to enter their hearts and for people to care about you, they have to spend time with you on the television screen. This is why I was obsessed with, the Ninja Turtles or Hulk Hogan or, even Freddy Krueger, for Christ's sakes, because I spent a lot of time with these guys on the television screen. You know what I mean? And that's how fandom is made, with that connection. And these guys aren't going to make connections with fans. That's why you see a lot of people just fail on NXT. Because they're never really given the real opportunity to make the connection with the fans in the first place, let alone the 400 in the Performance Center.
And it doesn't help that the creative over there sucks and they don't put pro wrestling first.
I wouldn't say the creative sucks because they've pumped out a hell of a lot of people over the last couple of years. And don't be, harsh on them when you think about it like this. We've seen more people from NXT running the world of pro wrestling now. You can't say, creative sucks. Creative helped build a lot of those people that are over there at AEW or they're on the main roster.
Build some people, but as far as the creative on the show itself, yes, it sucks.
I wouldn't say it sucks. I would say it's overstuffed. It needs to be, condensed a little bit, just a little bit. That's why they have their other shows. There's A talent, B talent, and C talent, just like in the 80s. You have different crews for different shows. The A team is for your priority, which is NXT television live on USA Network every week.
It's actually not live every week. Some shows are taped.
Well, you know what I mean. It's supposed to be live every week. The only time it's taped is when it's nonsense with traveling to Iraq for a show, wherever the hell they go.
We get the TNA X Division Championship being showcased on NXT.
This match is going to be wild.
It's going to be pretty fucking crazy.
It's going to be wild.
They're still brawling, Trick Williams and fucking Pete Dunne.
Yes,
holy shit, dude. Lexis King actually got a fucking win?
Yeah, he did.
Holy fuck, we're living in the fucking Twilight Zone.
And he looked good. He looked good doing it, too.
He's not Loser King this week. How about that?
You got to win against the loser, so I don't know how much I can actually give him credit for, because Oro Mensa's a loser, too. But I like how he got the win. He did whatever it took, and this right here, this picture is living proof that the referees at NXT are incompetent. I mean, he's in front of you. You can't see him putting his legs on the ropes. Piss me off with that shit right now.
It's a bunch of bullshit.
Right now on TNA, Wentz is out here. Zachary, we're going to hear from the new X Division champion. He's on the road back to TNA, and he's been like doing everything he can to have a redemption story after capturing his first TNA X Division championship at Emergence in Ultimate X and defeating former Rascal and best friend Wes Lee at NXT No Mercy. We're going to hear from him right now. Do you care about what he has to say, or are you more interested in his NXT storyline?
Well, I like Zachary Wentz. I definitely feel as though he really wasn't treated the best, especially when he was unceremoniously fired from NXT for a bunch of bullshit. And now that he's the X Division champion, he's definitely going to be something of substance. I think that if they continue to
let's put the show on pause. Speaking of firing, because I don't have any pictures about it, so we're going to just talk about it.
Yeah.
What's his name? Odyssey Jones.
Yeah.
Fired. Over bullshit, or is there validity here? Have you heard anything? Or I just heard it was a tweet. What is it? How's it called? Twitter? The Twitter?
X.
I barely use Twitter. X now? Yeah. There was an X account saying, exposing Oasis as somebody that, beats women and, all this crap. I don't know if any of it's real.
No, that's the thing. I don't know if any of it is real either. And based on everything that we've seen, it's just allegations at this point. Now, I will say this. If it is legit, then WWE made the right move here. And it's clear as day that there's going to be a nice little sell for Odyssey Jones. But if there is no physical evidence, then WWE may very well have jumped the gun, just like they did with Mandy Rose back in 2022. Seems very, very odd that it just happened. Now, granted, if WWE fired Odyssey Jones, there is a chance that maybe they know something that we don't know. But as far as right now, we can only go based on allegations. But if they're true, then ultimately, Odyssey Jones, he got what he deserved.
If it's true, of course he got what he deserved, but we don't know yet. WWE just firing people off allegations sometimes, and it's tough to see because he just got his push, and it usually always happens as soon as they get to TV, which is crazy to me.
That's very odd to say the least. And
it's very suspect. It's very suspect.
One more thing, and then we can move on. I really don't understand. Now, if this is true, I really don't understand what is people's problems nowadays when it comes to domestic violence. Let me tell you something. You could say a lot of this, but there is no need to physically put your hands on anyone. I've never physically put my hands on another human being, male or female, in a violent fashion ever in my life, and I'm certainly not going to start anytime soon. People really need to learn to get some self-control, and society needs to do a better job overall. That's what I wanted to say. I wanted to get that out there.
Absolutely. I'm not going to disagree with you at all right now. Wentz was out here and he got confronted by Speedball Bailey. I think he was about to challenge him for a match. And now we're going to get a matchup right now because they just got attacked by this tag team. I don't even know who these guys are.
Who are they? You got a picture of them?
No. I have no idea who the hell they are. I could get a picture. Hold on.
Let me see if I can look it up on X. I'm going to find them.
I'm kind of embarrassed that I don't know who these are because I just started watching TNA religiously recently, so I don't know the entire roster. They have a big roster. They have a really big roster if you ever take a look at their roster, actually.
Let me look on TNA. I'm looking on X right now.
And the
TNA.
Speedball and Wentz are a tag team right now. And what's crazy about Speedball Bailey, and this actually has to do with Casey Navarro too, a match has been signed and announced at BPW Battle Royal. It will be
shit.
Casey Navarro versus Speedball Mike Bailey for the BPW Heavyweight Championship live Sunday, September 29th from the Signature Event Center. Doors open 4 p.m. Show's going to start at 5 p.m. And this will be a main event to remember, I assure you. Savage will be ringside. The question is, will you?
Holy shit. When's the date there?
That's September, Sunday, 29th. The day after I have DDP.
I don't know. I think I may.
Might as well put in my cheap plug here. WrestlingWithSavage.com, where you can pick up cool shit like this. Okay, I like my coffee mug, my Coca-Cola mug, whatever kind of mug you want. We got it. You can also pick up Prince Nana Coffee. Go to Google, look up Prince Nana Coffee, coupon code SAVAGE, save 10%. Yes, actually, Savage can save you some money. You can meet DDP September 28th at the Wrestling Universe. Tickets are available now at the WrestlingUniverse.com. And don't forget, you are watching the Savage Storm Super Wrestling Show. Make sure you like and follow DJ Storms, Wrestling with Savage. Hey, you can even follow Savage Kingdom Promotions. We have an Instagram account too. I don't know why, but we do. Yeah, why not?
They're everywhere. Got Savage Promotions and DJ Storms Productions.
Why not? More shenanigans here on NXT. Like I said, over cramping. I mean, look, we got Gallus here. We got No Quarter Catch Crew over here. And by the way, Ren Sinclair is, I think, like the MVP of the No Quarter Catch Crew right now.
She's looking mighty fine too.
Is moving on to Rosemary. She was here on TNA tonight, but she was also on NXT, taking a loss to Tatum Paxley. Maybe I got Fallon Henley on the brain. She has been looking spectacular lately.
Yeah, right.
But yes, Tatum Paxley picking up the win, looking good here with the drop kicks, nice deep pin. Wendy Chu would come out and assist Rosemary in beating the hell out of her, and then Lyra Valkyria would make her epic return to help Tatum Paxley. And I guess their love story, their twisted, sick, deprived love story will continue here on the USA Network Live every Tuesday night.
Why?
That's a good question. Why? Why? You just bring her to the main roster. She ran away from all this, and now we're back here because we got nothing. We don't have enough shit going on in NXT. Then we got to bring this girl. Yeah, go down, fly to Florida. We know you just did Raw last night. You're probably tired, but go fly to Florida and go help out Tatum because she obviously really needs you.
Didn't Tatum attack her on her last official week in NXT?
I think so, yes. But apparently
fuck?
I don't know. Unless they start making sweet love on the screen, I don't think I could possibly care about this story at all.
Yeah, that'll draw.
Yeah, I probably would. Probably the worst thing I've ever said in a wrestling podcast. I probably could get canceled for it, but that's how I really feel.
Cancel us, motherfucker.
That's how I feel.
Can't cancel us. Anyway.
Pete Dunne, though. This guy is I don't want to use the word I don't want to use the word underrated. I'm just gonna say he's really goddamn good.
Oh, absolutely, man. Pete Dunne is fucking great at what he does. Pete Dunne,
one of my favorite performers,
have already been an Intercontinental Champion.
Always knows how to put on a show, man. And that's what he was doing with Trick Williams all night. They were the only reason why NXT was even being held together with their nonstop shenanigans, to the point where Ava Raine said, you know what? I don't care. Go to the ring right now. And you know what I was thinking? I'm like, yo, are they going to go out? Are they going to try to be like MJF and, Will Ospreay right now and try to go like an hour on a Tuesday night?
I don't know about that.
Dude, don't lie. How impressed would you have been if these two would have pulled out like some Iron Man match shit?
I would have been very impressed if that was.
You can't tell me that they can't do it. I think they're both in shape to go an hour, no problem.
It all depends. It all depends. They may be in physical shape, but would they be able to from a innovation standpoint? Because are they going to be
Pete Dunne? I don't know about Trick Williams. He might not be ready yet to work the full hour. But Pete Dunne, you can't tell me he can't lead a match for 1 hour. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, Pete Dunne, yeah. Pete Dunne, yes.
Pete Dunne can go, brother, and I would have loved to seen that. I thought that could have did something that we've never seen on NXT before, especially Shawn Michaels being part of that whole Iron Man thing. You know, imagine Shawn coming out there after the match. Trick Williams gets the win after 1 hour of wrestling, and Shawn's like, "Damn, Trick, you're the man, dog." Like, you know, I don't know. Whatever. Maybe it's just me.
Who else was the highlight of NXT?
Fantasy booking.
Stevie Turner. Stevie Turner's the highlight. Right,
where is she?
right in the back.
Right there?
Right.
Doing what? Doing what?
What
highlights is she? Is that her highlight right there? This is it?
Stevie Turner is the fucking highlight.
She gets the highlight on the Wrestling with Savage, Superstorms, DJ, whatever the fuck, Thunder show.
You don't even know the name of her own fucking show.
Welcome to the fucking Thunderdome, bitch.
Let me tell you
something. I've always wanted to say that. I love that line. By the way, I saw like 10 movies in the last couple of days.
Well, what were they?
I saw, you know what? I don't want to lie to you. I'm just going to go back and tell you exactly what I saw. I definitely saw this one movie that had me. It was very freaky, scary movie, very violent movie. I think it was called The Violent Nature. Have you seen that one?
Violent Nature. I think I've heard of the title, but I haven't seen it.
Go ahead and close that right there so I can give you a better idea. I would recommend some of these movies, but not all of them.
You know what movie trip I've been watching? Do you know the independent horror slasher films, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey?
Oh yeah, I've watched those. Are all good. Yeah.
By the way, we got Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare coming up.
That looks good.
Bambi the Reckoning. We got fucking Awakening Sleeping Beauty. We got Pinocchio Unstrung. I'm loving it.
So listen to these movies that I've seen, and I've watched all of them, so I can give you my honest opinion on every one of them. First one, I saw Furiosa. Okay, the new Mad Max. Very good. Probably one of the better ones. Very nice story from beginning to end. The girl's an absolute superstar. Fun movie. You'll love that shit. Then another movie called I Saw the TV Glow. I would never watch it again, and I would never recommend anybody watching it. Probably the stupidest movie I've seen in years. In a Violent Nature, if you are a fan of Michael Myers or Jason Voorhees, this movie will do it for you. There's one murder scene where it was so gruesome, so fantastic to watch, so innovative. The way he literally broke her neck and rammed her neck and pulled it through her stomach from her back. It was phenomenal. What a movie!
It's more brutal than Terrifier 2.
No, but it's up there for realistic brutal. This is more of a realistic brutal because the Terrifier is great, but it's obviously nonsense. And then I saw this other movie called Incoming, where it's the first week of high school and these kids are getting ready to go to a big party. It's like one of those super bad kind of movies. Good movie, not bad. Next one, Greedy People. Phenomenal movie, actually, if you haven't seen Greedy People. I'm not going to tell you anything else. Oh, and I saw Trap. I don't know why. Night.
Trap. Yeah, I wanted to see that movie.
Trap's not bad. It's watchable. A little kind of wild how this guy always gets away, but I guess he's a fucking genius, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's what happens when you're a good killer.
All right, here's some more shots from the action from NXT that they had showed us on NXT. Everybody getting hyped up. Apparently, she said that match is going to take place on the CW when they go there.
Yep.
When is that move happening?
October 1st.
Okay, that's coming up. Okay, that's soon. Shit. Rich Holland, obviously betraying Andre Chase was crazy to see. Some nice shots from No Mercy. And Jordan Grace obviously came on NXT and issued that open challenge, which we saw tonight. She ended up having her match already and already winning. We got a double count out from Pete Dunne and Trick Williams, which honestly I was fine with because I'm like, okay, because I know we're going to get another match and it's going to be a better, longer match. These guys were actually killing it up until this point where the double count out even happened, and then the fight didn't end. They kept going. They were killing each other.
Love it.
What'd you think about this match?
It is what it is. I mean, listen, I appreciate Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne's amazing. Trick Williams, he's coming along, but look, it's NXT, dude. To be honest, it's NXT.
NXT. What do you think about the betrayal with Rich Holland? Obviously, he cut the promo here. I said we were going to get more into it. I actually really was a big fan of this. I think this is exactly what Rich Holland needs to rejuvenate his singles career.
Listen, Rich Holland has gotten a lot better from where he once was, but let's be honest here. you're not going to push Ridge Holland over a Wesley. You're not going to push Ridge Holland over a Pete Dunne. You're not going to push Ridge Holland over an Ethan Page. You're not going to push Ridge Holland over a Trick Williams. You're just not. There's just way too many people who are ahead of him. You know what? You know what he is? He is the Scorpio Sky of NXT. Very good wrestler, but way too many people are ahead of him. Plain and simple.
We'll see if he can change that. Everybody's in charge of their destiny. But they were just giving us the package here from Ridge Holland, doing a good job of selling it. Now on TNA, Rosemary's having a little segment. She is in I don't even know, it looks like some kind of chicken coop or something. She's doing naughty things. I don't know. I'll keep you posted. Brooks Jensen, Sean Spears. Question to you, Storms. Is Sean Spears manipulating Brooks Jensen? And do you even give a shit about any of this?
Obviously he is. And no, I don't give a shit about any of this. I don't. Don't know what to tell you.
How about Javon Evans versus Joe Coffey? Do we give a shit? I give a shit only because Javon Evans is nasty.
Yeah, Javon Evans is great. This was a decent little match right here, but Joe Coffey ultimately gets the win. Not sure where Javon Evans is going to go. If they want to really build him up as a mega babyface, maybe they could put him against Big Obafemi.
But he picked up the win dumb quick against an entire faction. I mean, it kind of makes him look super strong.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
You know what I mean? He came out there, embarrassed the whole faction. Gallus, Triple H was presenting these guys like they were like Evolution and shit, and Javon Evans is out here just embarrassing them.
Yep.
Good match.
He's bouncy.
He's bouncy. Yeah, he definitely bouncy.
He's bouncy.
Ava and Shara Schreiber. Ava just basically updating everybody on what's going to happen with Pete Dunne and Trick Williams. Obviously, that match is going to have to continue at a later time. North American champion Obafemi about to get in the ring and put it up again. I don't think the title was on the line here, was it?
No, I don't think
this was just a regular matchup where poor Stacks, he tried, right? He put up a little bit of a fight, but in the end,
but Obafemi gets the victory.
In the end, this is what happens to you when you're like 1 foot away from Obafemi.
Yeah,
I mean, look at this shot
across the ring.
Steph DeLander right now in the ring right now on TNA, all in black. She's really adapting to this new lifestyle of being married to PCO.
Steph DeLander. Mance Warner is a lucky man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this guy, Shanti the Goddess, he's not that lucky, right? Because he's always getting blocked up by Eddie Thorpe over here. Eddie Thorpe ain't allowing him to mac his game at all.
I don't know what you want me to tell you, but again, I don't really watch NXT. I was actually setting up my own streams, and then you know what I was doing? I'm actually listening to audio horror stories as of lately. If you ever heard of this one guy on YouTube, his name is Mr. Creepypasta. He actually puts together some great narrations of horror stories. One of them is specifically City of Midnight, which is about vampires and normal humans coexisting as one. They make a new city right next to New York. There is this one series called Bonesaw Vic's Cryptozoological Garden, where they have all of these mythical creatures in a zoo. They got Sasquatches in a zoo. They got poltergeists in a zoo. They have jackalopes in a zoo. It's unbelievable, man. Look up Mr. Creepypasta. You'll definitely enjoy his narrations.
Maybe I'll check it out while I'm playing some World of Warcraft. We will see. But back to NXT, just to get through it. Javon over here getting another opportunity because he impressed Ren Sinclair, who granted him a match for the Heritage Cup. By the way, Matt Cardona in the ring now, and he's trying to, I guess, talk some sense into Steph DeLander.
I don't know. Looks like we're getting Matt Cardona and PCO at Bound for Glory.
Yeah, that's definitely going to happen. Charlie Dempsey, obviously not a happy camper with what Ren Sinclair is doing, getting involved in his business, putting up that title. We'll see what happens there. We'll see. Do you care about this?
No, I don't.
You don't care about NXT at all, and it's sad to see because Jada Parker came out here. She tried to bounce back from what happened, and instead, that is not what happened. These people beat the shit out of her. Well, I think she picked up the win, but they beat the shit out of her.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, so she won, but did she really win?
No, she didn't, and I don't care about Fatal Influence. That is nothing more than a
next week. Trick Williams versus Pete Dunne in a last man standing match is going to happen. Rich Holland versus Duke Hudson. I expect that to be a tremendous matchup. I actually think this is going to be a great match too. That's 3 bangers on 4 bangers on NXT next week. NXT shaping up to be a great show. Duke Hudson still processing everything. The women's locker room is always going to be in peril, especially with Fatal Influence now running wild, doing what they're doing. We had Roxanne Perez coming out to the ring, and we got a little surprise from my favorite talent on the roster almost every other week. I think she's that good. Chelsea Green. She's out here, but that wouldn't be the end of NXT. I mean, there was so much on NXT, I have to have a whole second set of slides to continue. Your girl was here. And he says Julia is as tough as Asuka. I guess we're going to find out because she proclaimed Roxanne Perez and her are going to go one-on-one on the CW. Chelsea Green obviously wasn't happy with her interruption. And I have to say, Julia, who the hell do you think you are interrupting Chelsea Green?
She's beautiful madness, boy.
She's stupid, and she's going to pay for that one day. Maybe not today. She's going to pay for that.
I don't know about
Chelsea
that.
Green.
I don't know about that.
This is the matchup, though. Is Julia going to dethrone Roxanne Perez?
I mean, it seems as though they are strapping the rocket pack to Julia. And by the way, she is half Italian. I got to support my Italian girls.
Okay, you're a Filo Paisan over there. Well, she can go eat a pizza and leave Roxanne Perez alone because she's doing a good job as NXT Women's Champion.
I didn't think those people existed.
There is one of everything on this planet, if not 17 of everything. Trust me. Yes. So that's all of WWE. I'm going to force you to do the breaking news. So here you go, sir.
The breaking news is as follows. JoJo Offerman advocates for Bray Wyatt's induction into the 2025 Hall of Fame. I cannot disagree with that. He is a phenomenal trailblazer and probably one of the greatest characters in the modern era. Yes, let's get him in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he's a guaranteed first ballot Hall of Famer. He should even get his own award because that's how good he was.
This was expected. Asuka commits to new long-term contract with the WWE. It's been very obvious that she is looking to retire in the WWE, especially since she's on the older side. Therefore, she is going to be working the slower style. The Undertaker open to another Hall of Fame induction. The only other way that he would probably get in there is if he gets inducted with his brother in the Brothers of Destruction. Obviously, with Glenn Jacobs, that being Mr. Kane, Mr. Mayor Kane, that is. So, yeah, Brothers of Destruction. You want to induct them into the Hall of Fame? Yeah, go ahead.
If these guys get in before the Rockers, I'll riot.
Joe Tessitore admits he wasn't great on commentary. Listen, I think it's natural human nature that we're all hard on ourselves, but he was serviceable, and I do believe he's going to get better as time goes on.
I agree. I think he's going to do a tremendous job over the next couple of weeks.
She suffered a panic attack after the Wyatt Six's WWE debut.
Yeah, who wouldn't suffer a panic attack after what we saw when they murdered Gorilla?
They murdered everyone and then magically revived everyone next week.
Yeah, a little wild.
Odyssey Jones, WWE status revealed following roster removal. Yes, he was fired. We talked about that a little bit earlier on in the stream. We don't know everything. There is no physical evidence, but if he did do it, obviously they were justified. If not, they definitely jumped the gun. WWE planning star-studded SmackDown show for the USA's return. Well, you know what? I hope so. You should be planning a fucking star-studded show every fucking week, because if you're not, then you know what? You're getting complacent. We'll see how SmackDown pans out in the Climate Pledge arena. Ricochet feels Triple H left the door open for WWE comeback. Of course he did. Triple H wants a lot of the people that AEW currently has right now, because out of the two rosters, AEW has the better roster.
Well, dude, no, WWE has the better roster. Don't even stop.
No, AEW has the better roster.
Stop.
From an in-ring perspective, it's
stop.
AEW.
It's not even close. Stop.
No, it is not even close. AEW has the better roster.
It's not even close.
Yes, you're right. It's not even close. AEW has WWE beat. You're right.
Who's better than Cody Rhodes?
Swerve Strickland.
No. Who's better than Roman Reigns?
Kenny Omega.
No.
Yes.
Stop it. Stop.
No,
You're
no,
fucking
no,
crazy, man.
no, I'm just factual.
All right. Storms is a maniac.
I'm just factual. Vince
You can
McMahon.
continue.
Vince McMahon's WWE SmackDown booking decision allegedly dissatisfied the Fox network. Of course it did. Because when Vince was running the WWE, it sucked balls.
Well, he was running it for a long, long time. And when you run something for a long, long time, it's going to be hard to maintain a level of greatness consistently for 40 years, you know. But it's okay. We can't all be perfect our entire lives.
Nikki Bella seeking divorce lawyer following domestic violence involving Artem. I don't know what the fuck happened with them, but holy shit. Artem. Dude, you fucked up big time in multiple different ways. And to be quite honest with you, I do not blame Nikki Bella whatsoever, and nobody should, because if Artem really did do what he did, and there is severe damage.
Oh, he definitely did something because she wants to. She obviously did a divorce. Something. Yeah, like she's not going to get a divorce for nothing.
I don't know what it was, but clearly something.
No, what happened was he probably got sick of her. Here's what happened. I'll tell you what happened. He got sick of her always traveling, always going on tours, always on the road. He was probably very jealous, very possessive, wanted her to stay at home, didn't want her to probably go and do all these things that she's always doing because she's a fucking celebrity. He couldn't handle the lifestyle, brother. That's all it is.
A lot of jealousy and a lot of insecurity out there, but that doesn't give anyone the right to resort to physical violence.
No, 100%. No. He could have just said, "This ain't for me. I'm sorry. You know, we gotta. You know, if you can't commit to me, then we gotta split."
There's no such thing as genuine communication anymore. It always results in fucking violence.
Oh yeah, usually, yeah. But hopefully we can move on from that. TNA main event's going to start right now. We have Moose and JOC taking on Mike Santana. JDC and Mike. They're taking on Mike Santana and Joe Hendry. At Emergence, Joe Hendry and Mike Santana teamed up with the Hardys to take on the System. But in typical System fashion, they pulled the fast one with a low blow to Matt Hardy, and they're going to fight tonight. They want some revenge when they lock horns in tag team action. We'll keep you updated with that. But now we got to move on to AEW.
Hold on a minute. I'm reading back the chats, and Raging Girl Gamer is telling you that you're going to be the next.
You're an idiot. Well, first of all, I'm not the next Paul Heyman. I'm the first Savage.
Unbelievable.
But I'll take that. That's a compliment. I look up to Paul Heyman.
I don't know when the Wise Man's coming back. I'm waiting on that.
I was happy with Impact because I saw my boy Casey Navarro on there, and Speedball Mike Bailey was on there. But yeah, Matt Cardona going back and forth with PCO. It's not gonna make me want to really give a shit. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Impact's Impact. Let's move on. Rampage. Typical episode of Rampage, but we did get ourselves a great main event on Rampage. Obviously, Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal, they won a three-way here. Don't know why they're winning a three-way, but I'm guessing because there is no rankings and none of these matches really mean anything. I guess why the fuck not, but it really pisses me off there. Mina Shirakawa defeats Misa Kate. Now, as far as Mina Shirakawa goes, I would probably be a betting man and win when I say that Mina Shirakawa is going to have to be Mariah May's first major opponent, right? Probably going to get that at Grand Slam, or we're probably going to get that at potentially Wrestle Dream. I wouldn't.
Raging Girl Gamer, how dare you disrespect Jeff Jarrett like that? Jeff Jarrett is, of course, still a thing.
It's unbelievable. Why is he winning matches on TV? Why?
He's Jeff Jarrett. He should be. They could have made him a world champion when he first came in if they wanted to.
Fuck out of here, Savage.
When he first came in, if they would have went hot with him, you could have made him a world champion. He's that powerful in the world of wrestling. I don't think you realize who his father is, where his family comes from, how much input in history his blood actually has on the entire fucking world of pro wrestling.
I'm telling you, man, you're going to have to give me full control of the show. Let's move on to the next match.
You couldn't do what I do.
Dude, you know who I am.
You know why you couldn't do what I do?
I am DJ motherfucking Storms. I could do anything.
All right, so next week I want to see you prepare all these slides, the 300 plus slides that I put together every week for this fucking show. Let's see you do that.
I'll work on it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. This fucking guy. Here we go. You're in love with her. I get it.
Who, Mina Shirakawa? Of course.
Of course, she's beautiful. Yeah, she's great. I feel like she could be on Mark.
She look that good at 37. She looks like she's fresh out of college. Unbelievable. Grizzled young veteran.
Thank you.
Grizzled young.
Well, they got the win against the Outrunners.
They are slowly going to become the best thing in the tag team division. Let's get GYV versus FTR at All Out. Let's get that match booked for All Out because the GYV.
That might be a little too soon, man.
Grand Slam, maybe.
Maybe, yeah. I don't want to see these matches, and we're going to get into it when we get to Dynamite. I have a lot to say about the end of Dynamite, which was the best part of Dynamite, without a doubt. But, sticking to Rampage, go ahead.
We need to have the grizzled young veterans take the titles off the Bucks. That's how it needs to be.
Maybe. I mean, they already planted the seeds for that, so it wouldn't surprise me. I wouldn't mind seeing it either. Nyla Rose was in action, right?
And who cares? Nyla gets a win, and then she gets a shot at Mariah.
You're not even going to say the girl's name. Nyla Rose defeats Amina Belmont.
Who cares? Amina Belmont's a jobber.
Look, she got one picture, and you can't even see her head, or maybe you can. You can see hair in her hand.
Amina Belmont got her ass beat. And then the main event, very good match. The only thing on Rampage worth watching: Konosuke Takeshita, The Beast, Mortos, Commander, and Lio Rush. Konosuke Takeshita, you know what I'm going to do? Takeshita should absolutely be in the Fatal 4-Way for the Continental Championship at All Out, and I'm giving Takeshita the whole fucking thing.
You want to know what the best match of all time might be, and we might never see it?
Konosuke Takeshita and Kazuchika Okada?
No. Takeshita versus Gunther. My God.
Listen, they're both young. They're both young.
Bro. Oh, I love Takeshita, man. I hope he gets a ride somewhere, whether it's AEW or WWE. He is a stud. He is a physical specimen. He reminds me of Randy Orton, and he's good. He's good.
He is good, and that's why he should absolutely win the Continental Championship on Saturday.
All right, what's going on? Conglomeration, they're just mixing out partners every week, Storms. This week, we just got Hologram on our team.
Well, this was clearly just a showcase for Hologram. Listen, this was fun, but I wouldn't be where I am if I didn't call out some shit. We're getting way too many multi-man tag team matches on AEW.
Way too many. That's all we're getting, dude. It's crazy.
We're getting way too many. It's becoming extremely repetitive. It's becoming extremely lazy, if we're going to be quite honest with you. It's just a crutch to get everyone on the show. We need to make this shit mean something. Unless we're going to get rankings and unless we're going to get people getting built up to fight the Trios champions, which right now the Trios champions don't even have a match at All Out. It's just them competing for other championships. I don't understand why we have so many multi-man tag team matches. Now,
what happened with the Gun Club? The Gun Club was there too? Because I didn't see a card for their match.
Yeah, because it was the Bang Bang Gang. They had a little Trios match. I'm assuming they're going to get a shot at the Trios titles again, maybe at Grand Slam. I don't know. Listen, Juice Robinson, I'm always happy to see Juice Robinson. Can you imagine being a fly on the wall for a conversation between Juice Robinson and Tony Storm?
Yo, Elliot, I don't think it's becoming difficult. I think it's been difficult for a very long time.
Rampage has been irrelevant all year. Collision's 50-50.
All year, I think all time. The best match I've ever seen on Rampage was Ruby Riott, and I think it was Willow Nightingale maybe in that street fight that they had, and Ruby got busted open like crazy.
The best match in Rampage history for me was Adam Cole and Adam Page in a Texas Death Match for the AEW World Championship.
I remember that. I can't even believe that was on Rampage.
That was a fantastic, and that was when Rampage was meaningful, man.
Lance Archer's had a couple of good matches on Rampage, but in general, Rampage is meaningless, and it's for the C team most of the times. Undisputed Kingdom versus FTR. FTR picking up another big win, gaining more momentum as always. Anything on that match?
And we got the GYV calling them out. So it looks like we're going to be getting that match very soon. Tomohiro Ishii and Kyle Fletcher, they put on a banger of a match.
Kyle Fletcher's, in my opinion, just as good as like Will Ospreay or Kenny Omega. I don't care what
Kyle Fletcher is the most
Argue me.
underappreciated.
Well, no, I'm appreciating him right now. From what I've seen from this kid this year alone, you cannot tell me he's not on the same level as Will Ospreay or Kenny Omega. And he's got even in my opinion, he's got a better look than Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega. He looks like a badass. He looks like a Hollywood superstar when he's sitting there standing, posing, and his facials, his body expression. Guy is money, man. And then he gets in the ring.
Photo star for a reason, and he also looks good on Dynamite too. He's
actually better than good. Kyle Fletcher is quickly becoming hard to be denied how talented he is. He's right there. Him and Takeshita are like on the same level now. I don't even look at Takeshita as better than him anymore.
And everyone should go out of their way to watch this match.
Those guys could be tag team champions too, Takeshita and Fletcher.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Without a doubt, Don Callis has to do something to get some gold in his family.
But let's have Takeshita win the Continental title.
Buddy Matthews, does he ever have a shot of individual success, or is he just going to be stuck under Malachi Black's shadow for the rest of his life?
I mean, it all depends if they can get the structure down right and obviously get the rankings and maybe get
you in the fucking rankings. The rankings don't have a fuck all to do with what Tony Khan is going to do with Buddy Matthews. You can sit there and talk.
They should. I'm telling you they should.
All right, maybe they should, but they fucking don't. And until they do, what you have to understand is
on how to make these shows better.
I guess I should ask you this. Make it easier for your brain to function with this question. Do you think it's possible that in Tony Khan's mind, maybe he could see Buddy Matthews as the guy one day?
It's possible, but it all depends on if he can manage the structure of his show. It depends on if he truthfully wants to invest in him.
Some shots from this match. Buddy Matthews is another one that's really good. I know he lacks personality and mic skills.
No, he's a very good promo, actually. He just doesn't really get that.
They don't show it. When does he? You say he's a good promo. Show me the good promo.
Go and watch his run on 205 Live as the Cruiserweight Champion. He was cutting great promos there.
Okay, I'll give it a shot. I'll watch it. I've never watched his 205 Live. The last time I watched 205 Live is when Enzo was doing his thing, running wild over there, because that was actually entertaining.
2018, 2019, 205 Live was the shit. That was the best version of 205 Live. We had Cedric as champion. We had Buddy as champion. Mustafa Ali was kicking ass over there.
And we get to this match here, and Sheeta, of course, has to look big time because she's about to take on Mercedes Moné coming up at the pay-per-view, which we're talking about in a little bit.
Sheeta gets the win. I'm looking forward to a damn good match there. And this should outdo their first match. That's for sure.
Let's talk about some Dynamite, which happens every Wednesday night. Opens up with Daniel Garcia. He's going to speak his mind. And I got to tell you, after letting this fester for 24 hours in my mind, because it's pretty much over 24 hours now since this happened, I wasn't a fan of this. It made Daniel Garcia look stupid.
How?
I'll tell you how, because his promo isn't that great. And there's a couple of things he said that didn't sound that great. And then he runs out to MJF and just gets clocked by him, gets outsmarted by him, gets outclassed by him, to the point where now I have no faith. Because this match is in a couple of days. Guy's sitting there unconscious from a wine bottle. How am I supposed to believe that Daniel Garcia has a shot in the world to beat MJF on Saturday? I don't believe it. He took himself out of this match.
The whole setup is the underdog, Daniel Garcia, going after the made man, MJF. And on top of that, the promo was actually very solid. He had a couple of good zingers in there.
There was a couple of good parts, but there was also a few shitty ones that threw it all off balance.
Like what?
He babbled during one of the things. He didn't say the word correctly. He stuttered even.
I didn't notice it.
You don't hear as well as I do, I guess. But what can I say?
This was a solid promo to kick off the show, and it ended with MJF standing.
I'll just say this. All right, you have the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. This was the beginning of the show, and we're going to talk about the end of the show. All I'll say is about this: if I compare the hype build up for this match compared to what we saw at the end of the fucking night, two different universes. And we'll get to that.
Well, listen, what one feud has been going on for a solid year. The other feud has only been going on for about 2 months.
Yeah, maybe the feud's been only going on for a year, but you can't say that. Garcia and MJF have crossed paths before. There's definitely history there, just like there's history between Hangman and Swerve. But if anything, the match between Swerve and Hangman, and this one, they've only had 2 weeks to kind of like even fester anything. So either way, they wanted to go to extreme lengths. On this one, they wanted blood. And we'll find out what happened at the end of the night, too. But this was the best shot of the night as far as MJF is concerned. I thought this made, as far as MJF is concerned, this was good shit because it fits the bill for who he is, what he's going to do. You know what I mean? So he comes out looking like a star. And if he doesn't win on Saturday, I feel like it's a big problem for MJF moving forward. Unless this is going to be... Unless 2024 is going to be the year that MJF just gives back to AEW, I guess.
Dude, that's where he is right now. MJF doesn't need to be a world champion. He doesn't need to be champion right now. MJF right now, dude, he's a made man. He's already been Dynamite Diamond Ring winner multiple times over. He's former AEW American champion. He's the longest reigning world champion to have ever existed in AEW so far. He's gotten victories over the likes of Chris Jericho, Kenny Omega, Bryan Danielson, Adam Cole. The list goes on and on. So now it's time that he distributes some of that credibility back to the rest of the roster. And I'm having this match kick off the show.
And might. Yeah. Big possibility there, the way it kicked off Dynamite. We get this shot here. Will Ospreay actually giving some props to Mark Briscoe, asking him if he has anything to say, and he cuts another great promo. And we move on to my favorite match of the night, which was Okada and Will Fletcher. This was a superb match. I thought it was a wrestling clinic. Just right here, what I was telling you before, like this kid's look, money. Like money. He looks like a movie star. He looks like he's out of a Hollywood movie for like some crazy action movie. But money match. Okada ends up getting the win. Obviously, he had to cheat a little bit, but good for him. He's a bad guy. That's what he's going to do, bitch.
I'm glad that Okada's finally defending his fucking title now.
On Dynamite.
On Dynamite, yeah. And now we're going to get another one on Saturday at All Out.
Good match here, and I don't think it hurts Kyle Fletcher at all because, obviously Okada did what he did. And he's Okada. He's great. He's one of the best AEW has right now as far as believability. Like, I look at Okada and I see a badass. I look at Okada, I see a winner.
That's what he is.
I see money.
It's exactly what he is.
Takeshita would come to the rescue, trying to save Kyle Fletcher a little too late. And then they show us this, which I had seen earlier in the week on Instagram. Prince Nana, Swerve's manager, helped him obtain ownership of his original house that he was pretty much raised in. Got it back for his mom after they lost it due to foreclosure. It was a nice moment on Dynamite, nice moment during the week on social media. We'll get more into that later tonight as that would come into play yet again. And if you don't know who yet, just stay tuned because we're going to talk about it. Robin Renegade. Cool name. I like the name. Taking on, unfortunately, Jamie Hayter, which means you're about to get your ass kicked because this was the shots from the match. Jamie Hayter comes out, the match starts, and the match is over because Jamie Hayter won. And that's all I got to say about that.
Beast. I'm guessing that she's on the road towards, getting revenge on everyone that wronged her. So we're probably going to get a match with Saraya, and then probably she'll be in the hunt for the AEW Women's World Championship.
Yeah, I could see her taking on Tony, not Tony Storm anymore. It was Tony Storm. Now it's Mariah May, the Glamour. And we'll talk about her in a moment. Yeah, it's all about Mariah. I actually like this between Hook and Roderick Strong. I like how Roderick Strong is playing the role very well. He's trying to be like a mentor and a badass at the same time. Like, I can beat you and teach you all at once. Hook didn't like the disrespect. Should be a good match. Now we move on to Moxley here and Marina Shafir. They're making their way to the ring. But first, Jon Moxley has some cute words for Jack Perry, saying, I don't care what they say about you. You're a good kid. So planting seeds there, which I like. And then we get to the ring, and John's got a simple promo. Nothing crazy. He didn't go off on a rant. I feel like we got absolutely no answers to any of the questions we had.
No.
Instead, what we got is him calling out Darby Allin. Now the question is, what does Darby Allin
like probably
have to
one of the
do?
most appealing things about the show?
What does Darby Allin have to do with any of this?
Now, I really don't know. I'm guessing it could be something with Shane McMahon, but overall, I mean, this Moxley segment was a nothing burger. Just there. That's pretty much it. No substance. Mariah's 26, yes. So what I'm saying is,
let's just take a moment to appreciate the greatness of Jericho. Hi, guys.
Hi, guys.
Hi, guys. Here, because it's this guy, we're gonna play a cool song for him. All right, you ready for the cool song? What should we play? No Mercy?
Yeah, go ahead.
You can do that. Good song. How about this one? This is cool. That's what I feel like. That's what I hear when I see Jericho. He gives me like Batman vibes. Yeah, because he's that cool. Jericho probably has a bat cave. He's got enough money.
Oh, Lord.
You know how much money he makes off those Jericho cruises, the Jericho podcast? Tony Khan's paying him out the ass.
No, he's the learning tree.
Come on, man. It's fucking Batman. Jericho is, you might as well start calling him Batman. Mariah May taking on Nyla Rose in a match that probably nobody gave a shit about. In a match that many fans, mostly women, who aren't attracted to women, all went to the concession stand, but the men, oh, they stayed. And some of the women, too, the ones that love the women, they stayed for Mariah May because she is must-see entertainment. She is must-see talent, must-see television, and she's currently your AEW Women's World Champion. She is the glamour. She is Mariah May, and she was victorious against Nyla, who was trying to kill her, basically, but Mariah had a lot of innovative spots using the stairs to her advantage. Nice knee to the face. Pile driver was beautiful to see. The way she just poses and gets the victory, and, I mean, just look at her. I mean, really take a moment to appreciate what's on your screen right now.
It's all about Mariah, baby.
If you need some lotion, I understand. Go get some. Mute your mic. Make sure you close the door so mom doesn't walk in on you.
I know your ass ain't talking to me.
Mariah May. Well, I would hope you're on the show. I hope
I'm on the show right here. I ain't no
Deanna. All right. Again with the wine. You know, she must have seen my videos lately. She's stealing my shit. But I like this from her. I want to see more from her live on the mic, though. I want to see more live promos from her. I want to see more matches from her on Dynamite. She is another one who should be in the running for AEW Women's World Champion at all times. She should be up there. Serena Deeb should be up there. Thunder Rosa should be up there. There should be a fierce group of women right now that are all thriving and striving to destroy the glamour. And Toni Storm. They all need to be in the race and in the hunt.
Yes, absolutely.
I don't think we need rankings, but we definitely need more official tournament kind of matches.
No, we need rankings.
You and your fucking rankings.
We need rankings.
Fuck the rankings.
Wrestling company, we will have rankings.
See, Elliot knows. He's got the lotion ready. Elliot's not playing games.
Elliot, you sick pervert.
Maybe you like what you see here with Deanna. It's all right. She's taking on Sheeta on Collision. Now we have this. What a waste of a fucking screenshot.
Hey, listen, she's coming out in the Japanese.
You have 15 seconds to put over Mercedes, and then I'm done.
Hey, she looks like money. She talks like money. She walks like money. She is money.
Yeah, okay. Well, Sheeta says she's a bitch. Bitch.
It should be a fun match.
It actually should be a fun match. I would be shocked if Mercedes Moné loses, but hey, I've seen crazier things. Jack Perry,
Jamie Hayter.
The Young Bucks are proclaiming that they're going to do whatever it takes to get that world championship on Jack Perry's shoulders, man.
We're going to get an interesting match, so to speak. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. That's for sure. I know Bryan is winning, and listen, I get what they're doing. It's just I really don't understand why you need Jack Perry as the TNT champion just to have him challenge Bryan for the world title. It doesn't make the mid-card title look good.
Joe Hendry has made his way to the arena right now. The main event is about to start. I'll keep you posted with the results while we bang out AEW Dynamite, because I have a lot to say about a certain part of Dynamite, which we're going to get to very shortly. We move on to this. Pac, Wheeler Yuta, Claudio. I thought they were going to win, and they did win against another improvised member of the conglomeration as Will Ospreay is the complimentary member. Even though Mark Briscoe's there, we're just going to use Will Ospreay. Unbelievable.
Because Will Ospreay's a fucking beast.
Good match. I actually enjoyed this. Good storytelling here. I loved how Will and Pac were able to separate themselves. I loved how they separated Pac as well. He had his own entrance, just like Will did. They're trying to present Pac as a legitimate threat to Will Ospreay. And God, does he look the part? Does he play the part? I love the innovation at the beginning of the entrance where they had the camera at the side of the tunnel, which you never really see the way he did it. He looks good. He looks great. If he stays healthy, keeps his green card, you're looking at a fucking superstar. Pac is everything. That this is like he's the best, bro. In my opinion, I think he's the best wrestler AEW has, pound for pound. He's so good.
I don't know, man. Will Ospreay's up there.
I feel like Pac is a better promo than him, but let's see.
I don't know. We'll have to see what happens on Saturday.
All over the arena, man. They were killing each other. This gave Claudio the chance to get the win. Young Bucks come in. They're beating the hell out of everybody. Bryan Danielson drives down to make the save. And then, obviously the Young Bucks do what they have to save Jack Perry because Jack Perry was about to eat a steel chair. They didn't let that happen. Meanwhile, Pac and this guy were still killing each other all over the world. I mean, now they're getting suplexed on a stereo box, which, by the way, those are hard. They hurt. They're heavy. Pac got the advantage here to go into their match. And then we're supposed to get this. We're supposed to get a contract signing between
we got a contract signing
and Hangman Adam Page. And, Swerve comes out, Prince Nana. They're dancing. They're celebrating. They're in a good mood. Everything's going their way. New contract, a lot of money, buying back your old house for your mom. And that's all going to get shut down by some cowboy shit because Hangman had other plans for this night. Swerve knew where he was immediately, livid,
pissed
but
off.
nothing he could do about it. Now he's not livid. Now he's just shattered, devastated, upset, angry. All the emotions coming out on Swerve's face in fantastic form. Swerve did a phenomenal job of showing us how upset Hangman has made him. And then Hangman not only continued with upsetting Swerve, but he would take it to another level because the whole time he was pouring gasoline all over the house. He would light a match, and my man would proceed to burn down the house live on Wednesday night on Dynamite, burn down this man's newly acquired house that he was raised in. And I'll say this. I've seen a lot of pro wrestling in my life, and usually when we have a pay-per-view or a show, a lot of these guys only get a few weeks to really push the match. They only get, maybe a month, maybe a month and a half, 2 months. These guys only have like 13 days to hype up this one specific match. They maybe have done the best job out of any two wrestlers I have ever seen to build up hype for a match in that time frame. I dare anyone to go back in the annals of wrestling history and find a match that was better hyped and built up in 13 days than this one.
I don't think you can find many.
This convinced me. This had me. I saw this and I said, God damn, man, the physicality on this match now has to be even at another level. And if you're a fan of Hangman and Swerve matches, that's already a high level. And now in your mind, you're thinking they're going to take it even farther now because they have to. This guy just burned down your house. It's good shit, man. I loved it. What'd you think?
I'm going to go with a bold prediction right now. I think that Hangman's going to be the one to take the title off of Bryan, and Swerve's going to be chasing Hangman as Hangman's going to be the world champion.
I could see that because then that sets up Swerve to be a multiple-time champion, taking it back off him. Maybe they trade back a couple of times, and then I start seeing other champions popping in here and there. Maybe. I don't see that being far from the truth.
Telling you, man, this shit, the best feud we've seen since Punk and MJF.
But bottom line is the best, maybe the best guy in wrestling today. It could be Swerve Strickland. The guy's doing a phenomenal job, man. He's killing every opportunity.
He's up there.
But don't forget, cowboy shit not far behind after what he's doing, by the way. Okay. All right. AEW, shop AEW.com. We'll give them a cheap plug. You can go pick up all their new shirts. AEW All Out. Bastard has a new shirt. Sting even has a new shirt. Forever an Icon. Bryan Danielson with his new shirt. And here's a look at your current AEW champions. We'll see if it's different after Saturday, September 7th, live on pay-per-view. We have AEW All Out and Storms. I already have my picks on the screen, so let's just go ahead and we'll go through them, and you can tell me a little bit about what you think is going to happen and who's going to win.
Yes, this is a formality right here. We're not going to be seeing Mercedes lose that title until we see Jamie Hayter and Mercedes. This is an obvious one, but I predict that this could be one of the best matches of the year between the Bastard Pack and Will Ospreay, and Ospreay will be retaining the International Championship, no problem. I'm not going with Willow here. I'm going to go with Statlander. Statlander, I don't think she's gotten a major win over here, and I think that we need to start pushing Statlander as a big-time heel, and that will ultimately be the case when Statlander beats Willow Nightingale in the Chicago Street Fight.
Let's see.
Yeah, Young Bucks take the win here. I'm actually shocked that they're defending it consistently, but you know what? I'm not going to complain because we need more consistent title defenses by the Bucks. Thankfully, we're getting ourselves a solid match here with the Blackpool Combat Club. Let's see what they come out with. MJF is not winning this. I'm going with Daniel Garcia. Garcia is going to get that big win, and Garcia is going to be elevated into the level of superstardom, and this could be the breakout performance that Daniel Garcia has needed for a while.
And what is he going to do with that opportunity? Become world champion? I don't think so.
He'll become a champion, probably TNT champion.
Already done that.
No, he hasn't. He's never been.
Are you sure? Hasn't he been anything?
He was Ring of Honor pure champion.
Crazy.
He was. He wasn't TNT champion.
Should have been.
He now he could be. And of course, Cowboy shit will be taken down. Swerve Strickland. By the way, it's an unsanctioned steel cage match, so you know it's going to be even crazier. Hangman wins, and Hangman's going to use that momentum to become the world champion. Ultimately, Bryan Danielson will be defeating Jack Perry. Should be a good match, but at the end of the day, Jack Perry was not really the right individual that needs to be challenging Bryan Danielson. Nevertheless, I'm hoping for a nice breakout performance by Jack Perry here against the American Dragon.
Grand Slam, September 25th. Tickets are still available, but very limited. The rumor is Darby Allin's going to be fighting for the title here. We'll see if that happens. And AEW All In coming to you from Texas next year. So if you're planning on going, you might want to prepare for that now. Now, DJ Storms will bring you some more breaking news from AEW.
Mariah May reveals she was signed to AEW months before debut. I mean, that's how it usually works with a lot of professional wrestlers. A lot of professional wrestlers, they come on in and they do not make their debut until months after they sign. This is nothing new. Darby Allin. Darby Allin could very well be winning the world title at Grand Slam. I don't think that's the right time for him, but I do believe one day Darby Allin will be an AEW world champion because he is great at what he does. Mark Henry confirms AEW never planned for in-ring return. It wasn't necessary. I don't understand why we needed to do an in-ring return for Mark Henry. It was never necessary, and I'm glad that it didn't happen. Whose house? Swerve's house. Yeah, it got burned down. Matt Hardy sets the record straight on the alleged heat with him and Sammy Guevara. I don't think there is any heat, if I'm not mistaken.
No, Matt Hardy reached out and said, "Listen, Sammy's got a good heart. He's a good kid, and I think he's going to have a good future."
I hope so. Yeah. Ricky Starks denies turning down creative plans in AEW. Well,
bullshit.
If you denied it, Ricky,
bullshit. There's no way they spend that much money on pyro for you. There's no way they let you come on and have a minute and a half of pyro and make you look like you have a 19-inch dick and then take it away from you. No, you got it taken away because you started bitching and moaning about something, and that was that. Guaranteed that's what happened.
Listen, I'm not going to say that Ricky Starks doesn't deserve better, but you know, he was given a lot in 2023. He just didn't trust in Tony Khan for 2024, and that's why he's been off TV. He's got one foot out the door. Mercedes Moné confirms she altered title match finish after suffering injury. I'm guessing that would be the match with Willow Nightingale. That took place back in May of 2023, where she injured her ankle pretty badly. Jay Cargill said she's tired of AEW questions after Bash in Berlin. You know what? I'm tired of AEW.
Can I just take this one?
Yeah, go ahead.
The reason she's tired of it, it's like when there's like a fan, like let's say there's a baseball player, right, who played in Little League, and he had a very obsessive fan who then follows him to the major leagues, but the fan just keeps asking about the Little Leagues instead of asking about the major leagues.
That makes sense. There you go.
There you go.
Monet confirms plans to release a music album. I mean, she's in the world of acting. She's in the world of wrestling. Hey, let's see if she can.
This is a bad fucking idea, and it's probably going to suck.
You think everything non-Charlotte Flair sucks?
You think everything NXT sucks? So what do you want from me? We got our problem.
Because it does. Because it
doesn't. All right, you have your biases. I have mine. The system.
Tell us what happened on TNA.
The system got the win. That's what happened. And nickname, if closing off the show, it looks like he's taking a selfie. I don't really know nor care. A little more breaking news coming to you.
They anticipated Shane McMahon's appearance at All In. It didn't happen. It looks like it could be happening at All Out. You never know. Or maybe it could happen at Grand Slam.
I think they're going to tease this. I think their best bet is to tease the shit out of the whole Shane thing for as long as they can. If it's real, and it's curious. Some people are saying if he does come, he's going to come with a different name. He's not going to come with the McMahon name. I'm hearing the name Shane Brandon.
Shane Brandon. Is Brandon his middle name?
Maybe. I don't know.
Let me look that shit up. We're about to close out. Let me look this shit up.
We're going to close out. This is the greatest wrestling podcast of all time.
Brandon is his middle name. There you
go. We've done a good job of informing you about everything. Okay. We gave you the WWE weekly update. We gave you the AEW weekly update. We bring to you episode 12 of Savage Storm, the greatest wrestling show of all time. It's a super wrestling show. Battle in the Borough coming up October 19th. You don't want to miss it. You can watch Slade taking on Crowbar, and there's a few other matches going on that have been announced. I can't believe I have to even announce that John Blaine's on commentary. That really, I'm going to make John Blaine's life hell that night. All right? Hell. You know why? Because he's too comfortable. He's too comfortable.
Respect.
Who? Respect.
You will treat him with respect.
John Blaine is going to rule the day that he's decided to do commentary at Battle in the Borough.
Don't cause any more trouble than you need to.
Oh, I don't cause trouble at all. I bring the trouble.
As of right now, this match is for the Pro Wrestling Magic World Championship, but if Ryman can get past Blanco, it is going to be official. But if Blanco wins, he is going to be fighting Mateo Marcelos, his good friend.
You got Rick Recon. Rick Recon's going to get his ass kicked by Kenny. I feel like Kenny's very hungry right now to prove something. I just have a feeling. I don't know. I think Kenny's going to come on top on this match.
This one, I'm
not picking. No, I'm not picking. I'm not doing it. Tiffany versus Tiffany, not happening. I'm not picking a winner.
The battle of the Tiffs. And
I don't want to get slapped by either of them.
This is for the Kaiju Pro Wrestling Phoenix Division Championship.
So shit's gonna get real. We got a legitimate cat fight here.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be legit. Marcus Mathers and Anthony Gangone, the 21-year-old prodigy. Marcus Mathers will test his luck, and this match is for the TCW MoBFI TV American Championship. Thank you very much to Billy Fetsky of Titan Championship Wrestling for allowing this match to take place. But this is only if Anthony Gangone can make it to Battle in the Borough as the American champion. Will he lose it? I don't know.
I think Anthony Gangone, he wants this match with Marcus Mathers, and it's going to be a motivator to make sure he makes it there. I'm pretty sure that match is going to happen. The question is Crowbar going to be able to walk out of the building at the end of the night on October 19th? And there's only one way to find out, and that's to be there live on October 19th at the Elmwood Park Rec Center. Pick up tickets, call this guy. Savage Heavyweight Championship is on the line. As always, this is the Savage Storm Super Wrestling Show. We're here every Thursday night, 8 o'clock, and we'll be here for a long time to come. And there's nothing any of you can do about it, okay? Because we're out here, we're getting the job done. We're talking about professional wrestling. We're talking about nonsense. We're talking about movies. And we're doing it in almost under 2 hours, except this week. But we'll be back next week. We'll have a lot of coverage from the pay-per-view, right? A lot to talk about next week. Will we see Shane McMahon? I don't know. Or Shane Brandon? Stay tuned. Find out. Follow, like, share, subscribe, all that good shit. We'll see you next week. Peace.
Crave, 1, 2, 3, press on you live by the champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a body slam, choke slam, hit you raw. This is wrestling with Savage. SmackDown, hold the title. This is wrestling with Savage. The epitome of scrapping them toe to toe. We ride or die, my kingdom's with me, legendary up in my road. Tearing limbs up on my pole, the ankle lock grip is accurate. Greek God in the flesh, every move is immaculate.
Savage Kingdom march on bones. Savage Kingdom fight. We reign. Savage Kingdom march on bones. Savage Kingdom fight.
I be the king of the great and mighty is forced to be reckoned with. The unstoppable, immovable manager cause an exodus of other voices making money choices and wins. PG era is dead, the savage era begins. Red and free, 1, 2, 3, press on you live by the champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a body slam, choke slam, hit you raw. This is wrestling with Savage. Back down, hold the title. This is wrestling with Savage. The real boss of all bosses, pile drivers, hip tosses. We holding multiple titles while you keep stacking up losses. Roster talent that flosses, y'all can't even present the match. I'm Minotaur in his army, breaking backs upon the mats.
Savage Kingdom march on bones. Savage Kingdom fight. We reign. Savage Kingdom march on bones.
This guy's dead. Call an ambulance. Whoa. This guy's dead. Get him out of the ring. What is this?